What's up, everybody? Good morning. Good to see everybody active in the chat. I think the thing I appreciate the most this morning is that everyone's like, hey, we got to check in on Mario. Is Mario okay? If you didn't watch our live stream last night, Mario and Dustin went in together on a hollow pack, and it was a graveyard. It was a tough scene. I think I looked it up. It is the worst possible pack. I didn't really look it up, but yikes. And as Michael says, watched the night stream this morning. Quite a Dunbar Mario pulled. Yeah, it was ugly. They all looked like they had been run over by, or they had just seen their dog get run over. It was tough. It was a tough scene. Yeah, so if you haven't watched that, please go back and look. I think 3 Dragic's were pulled in the same pack. It was freaking ugly. But it was very funny. It was for content purposes, very good content. All right, cool. We had some fun games last night. They were the later ones though, so I'm sleepy. But we're gonna go over some of the games, some of the moments that stood out throughout that kind of like poke around in the marketplace. And then there was a couple of requests in the Discord to just go over cereals and how I don't feel like I can adequately explain what cereal is good and what cereal is bad versus like very base knowledge. But what I will do is kind of take you through my thought process. And that doesn't necessarily mean it's right or it's good or it's smart, but and then hopefully the chat can also like chime in a little bit about like what you've been doing when you've been looking at cereals. So we'll do that after we go over the games. Then we'll talk about the Cool Cats Challenge too a little bit. And Space Mantis brings up a good point. They did still make profit. You're absolutely right. But let's dive in a little bit. Liam, at least they can buy the 69 bacon with the proceeds from the pack. True. All right, let's dive in a little bit. We're going to take a look at some of the last night's stuff. Also, hey, you guys know the drill at this point, right? You know the drill. If you haven't had a chance to smash the like button, get that in there. Get it out of the way. Let's just do it now. Hit the like so we can get some more faces up. And well, I guess we want faces, but more comments up in here, All right, here. Yeah, everybody, Cicero's already on it. Oh my gosh, Kyle K sold 247,000 Doge back in July, 1K now worth 34K. Kyle, what moment are you buying? I cashed in on some Doge a little bit early, but woke up this morning to my other Doge pumping. I feel like an idiot that won the lottery though. Like I don't feel like I did anything wise there. Anyways, we're not going to talk a lot about Doge, but congratulations. All right, here we go. First game. Oh wait, sip of coffee. We're gonna get that coffee and that ASMR crew. Oh, man. All right, here we go. So the Celtics, who I have been screaming at to tank, won last night. And, good win. It was a good win. I'm not going to poo-poo on it. It seemed like they were going to let it go as the Blazers went bananas there in the last minute of the game. The Celtics pulled through 116, 115. And I wanted to just check to see. So this is how crazy the East is right now because they were Sawyer's driving through the Starbucks line. Shout out Sawyer. But yeah, the Celtics were the 8 seed or the 9 seed like 2 days ago, and after winning 3 games in a row, I think are now actually they might have won 4 in a row. Yeah, they've won 4 in a row. They're now the 5 seed and only a game behind the Hawks for the 4 seed. So I still like long term this season. I don't see a ceiling on it, but it's been cool. It's been cool seeing Tatum and Brown just cook, and I love those guys. So let's go. Let's start with that game. Celtics won 116, 115. Tatum, who seems like, I don't know, I go back and forth. Like, is he appropriately priced on this site? But he had a great game and like really clutch. He had a clutch step back 3 to kind of give them the cushion for the win. But he had 32 points, 9 rebounds and 5 assists, I think. And so this is what I just like peeking. We've talked about this almost 3 days in a row, so I do apologize at this point. But the thing that's interesting to me about Tatum's first moment, which is now up to 1,100, I think was around 1,000 yesterday, so it's gone up 100. We talk about like everyone's very excited for rookie moments, for getting like young stars rookie moments, right? And Trae Young, Tatum, Fox, they're in a category of guys who we're not going to see a rookie moment because I don't see them doing a run it back for like a year before or 2 years before Top Shot started, right? So this is like the closest thing we're going to get to a rookie moment of someone who's going to, make a ton of all-stars, MVP candidate, all that stuff. So I don't know. Again, it's $1,100, but like still, I like it. I think there's meat on the bones, as they say. His 15K moment, only $32, which feels kind of low. I mean, the 15K is just in general, right? Like super, super low. If you want a series one, but you don't want to go bananas, you get that 400 3-pointer right here. Let's look at his first moment. I want to see the handles. I want to see him. Oh, it's on Paul George too. That's filthy. That is just a sick moment as well. We love that. I'm here for the Paul George hate, even though I'm going to give him some props in a little bit. Anyway, so that's Tatum. Jaylen Brown had another solid game, like nothing too crazy. Put up 24, didn't get a ton of ancillary stats that he usually does, but still solid game and impressive post-game comments. I'll say that. Encourage you to go watch it. His first moment's under $600, so 577. Again, man, Jaylen Brown, he just keeps getting better and better and better. Wait, Colin Dunn. Someone spotted ECF, WCF moments have been put in packs and not being burned. Comments. Ooh, yeah, I saw somebody throw something about that in the Discord, I think. And here, this is what I will show you, because I was trying to figure out this morning what that was, and I'm sorry to like go off book a little bit, although it does involve Celtics. So there you go. You can see my email. I looked at my account this morning and I wanted to look at in circulation, I think, because I was checking at the Eastern Conference Finals, and I see so I have a Kemba Eastern Conference, a Jaylen Brown, as well as a Bam Adebayo. And it does say there's only 25% in circulation, which actually was lower than I thought. I thought it was going to be closer to like 35%, 30%. So I was actually pretty surprised that meant 75% was being burned. So I am curious to see what that's going to be. What that I don't know. I don't have any theories or thoughts on what the hell's happening. That seems weird for them to be putting them in packs unless they were going in rare packs, right? Because they can't put them in the commons. So I don't really understand what's happening. I really don't. So anyways, we'll keep talking about that as we go. Kemba I'm not going to pull up Kemba, but he had a nice game. He had 21, 8, and 7. So it was good. What's been weird about Kemba this season is he'll have like a first half that's like 18 points, and you're like, Kemba's back, baby. And then the second half, he can't, it's like he doesn't have it. He doesn't have his legs underneath him. And then maybe it's because the second half gets a little bit tighter and you're doing a little more ISO ball with Tatum and Jaylen Brown. I don't know if that's like the better offense, but like it's been really interesting to see him just pop off in the first quarter or the first half and then not be able to sustain that throughout the rest of the game. So like last night he had 14 in the first half and then I think ended with 21, as I said. So anyway, something to think about. I root for Kemba so hard because he's just like a good dude. I was a big UConn fan when he was lighting it up back then. I just really like him. I really like him and I want him to do well. And I don't think it's fair for him he got hurt, but I do agree, man. Like I know Jim McCoy is going off on Kemba. I mean, Terry Rozier has been fucking lights out. I feel that like if you were going to pay one of them, seems like you're supposed to pay Terry. But anyways, let's keep moving. On the Blazers side of things, Dame had another 28 and 10, so we'll pull him up again. We'll pull up Dame just to take a little peek, see where the car's at. The car's at $28. His seeing stars around 52. It's not around 52. You see it right there. It's 52. But I just wanted to peek at Dame's first moment. We looked at that last night as well. It's at 1,200. Almost the going rate of a Josh Jackson hollow. You hear that, Dustin? So Dame's nice. And then Carmelo, man. Carmelo, dude's going to be 55 and still just getting buckets. So he got 25 off the bench last night and just looked like vintage Melo. So I just wanted to poke around. His run it back for 4,000. Honestly, I'm not saying that, hey, everybody, let's go unload the bag here. Because I would never do that because this is not financial advice. But for Melo, to be 4K, we've talked about the idea of, I don't know what he's going to do in his last few years in the league that's all of a sudden going to vault his ceiling, super high. But he is somebody that the second he retires, he becomes more valuable because he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's going to be one of the best scoring forwards of all time. Like, I don't know. I'm not unloading a bag, but if this run it back stands out to me as someone who's going to go up after he retires. But his first moment on the site, only 320. That's another one I've been eyeing. That seems a little bit more reasonable. And then if you just want a little bit of Melo love, $8. $8 to get in on Melo. So I like that. Hey, another reminder. We got to double check the like situation here. We are not at 50%. I need everyone like real quick just to like. Dame 35K is up on rumor it'll be required for Westbrook Cool Cat. Well, I need a deep threat to weigh in because he's who I go to for rumors. K Slay says perfect Kemba moment is when Brad and Grant were so mad about a turnover and then the camera pans to Kemba and he's on the bench laughing so hard. Yeah, but I don't think that's him not caring though. I think like Kemba, to me, like that's the dude I like playing with because I feel like he's just like he's keeping it light, you know? That's his leadership style. I like that. Wow, this is such a specific comment and question that I feel like I need to answer it. Please rate the 5 European players in the NBA in the last 2 years, right? Well, I feel like Luka's 1 through 5, right? So it's Luka. I don't know. Luka, I think you still got to put Porzingis up there, right? No, maybe not. Luka, Jokic, I'd still put Nurk in there. Even though he's hurt, I love Nurk. I think Nurk when he's good. Yeah, Nurk. I don't know. Those are 3. I think Porzingis is probably still in there. And then give me clutch time Dragic. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I'm so sorry. I forgot Sabonis and Giannis. My bad, guys. I'm an idiot. Feel free to roast me for that. I threw in Dragic over Giannis and Sabonis, who I love. Okay, hold on. I'm getting off topic. We've only finished one game, guys. All right, Suns Heat. Disgusting basketball. I love it. I mean, it ended up being a blowout because the Suns bench just dominated the Heat bench. 106-86, I believe it was. The one thing I wanted to point out, though, because anytime he does anything good, I feel like I got to bring him up. DeAndre Ayton last night, 19 and 13. And the reason I point this out, I ended up playing him in DFS last night only because I was looking like he's kind of rounding up into form and has been looking really good. But the last time they played the Heat, he kind of stuck it to him too, which is interesting. I'm not entirely sure why that is, like why Bam would be a good matchup because Bam is a solid defender. But I like DeAndre Ayton. I like that he's rounding into form right now. And we said this when we first started doing the marketplace. I just don't think the Suns had figured themselves out offensively yet. Like Booker was still great, but was figuring out how to play with CP3. CP3 being the point guard he is like trying to get everybody involved. And I was concerned that Ayton hadn't figured it out yet because this should be his best season. He's no longer like had a couple years in the league. You've got now one of the best point guards of all time with you, like feeding you the rock. So I'm getting excited that he's starting to figure it out. And 215 first moment. I just think, yeah, Frank Ayton says improved immensely the last couple of months. Yeah, I just like, if this team is going to make a run in the playoffs, which I don't know. I mean, who knows now with the Nuggets situation? I feel like the Suns, their path is starting to get a little bit easier. Although if they get the Mavericks in the first round, like what a brutal pull. But yeah, I don't know. I'm intrigued with Ayton. You know, Jim McCoy says, "What's his ceiling?" I don't know. I mean, I think he can be like a 20 and 10 guy on a good team, and I think because he's a big man, we probably don't love him as much as we're supposed to. But 20 and 10 on the number 2 seed in the West, which is obviously the best conference. I mean, I don't know. That's a pretty good ceiling, I think, when the playoffs come around. Anyways, okay. Yeah. Let's keep moving. Cause literally there was nothing else in that game. Jimmy Butler, I was nervous. It looked like he was going to have an ankle sprain and be out 2 to 4 weeks, which just would have decimated the Heat. But I think he came back in the game. So I think Jimmy's going to be okay. Cause Jimmy's a monster. All right, I had to get some more sips of coffee in before it gets cold. I need to get one of those cups that just like keep that hot. All right, now it's time for the Dort report. Now, I don't know if any of you kids, you youngins, or when you were young, went to anything called Nature's Classroom, but we had the Dort report where we would measure our waste for the day, not like body waste, but like food waste. And there used to be this song where, ooh, The Dort report. I said, anyways. So anytime Dort does anything good, that's what I'm like, ooh, the Dort report. All right. So he had 42 points, 7 boards, 3 assists, and four steals, or that might have been blocks. I think it was steals. But this is a great nickname, Dominic, the Dorture Chamber. I like this a lot. I like this. Yeah, so Lou Dort, I mean, we've pumped OKC here, right? We pumped OKC as a long-term hold, though, not short-term, because they're going to suck for a while. But they've got a lot of really good young pieces. So rookie debut, 1,500. This has got all the badges. I'm intrigued by all the rookie debut moments, so don't listen to me. I just get more excited about them. But his first moment, his rookie moment on the site, right? Out of 1,535, Series 1, triple badge, 275. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good deal for someone who, right, even if his career doesn't stay with OKC and he gets moved, he's one of those guys that every contending playoff team wants. He's a lockdown defender who jacks threes. And now is turning into a good 3-point shooter. Turn into a good 3-point shooter. So I like the ceiling of Dort. I really do. I also like Jan's comment here. PJ Washington greater than Lou Dort. But I do like Lou Dort's ceiling here. And that's really the only person I want to talk about. I mean, all of the Jazz were fine. Mitchell had an okay game. Bogdanovich got 20 points. Rudy had 11 and 14 or something like that. So it was fine. It was fine. But Dort was the man who put up stats last night. So I love that. Actually, let's go over to Own the Moment just for a second. Shout out OTMNFT.com. I love what Own the Moment, the stuff that they do over there. I wanted to see when we look at the market and the top 5 gainers and losers. I was curious to see if we got involved in Dort, but I should remember that you can tell a lot of these are the theory pieces, right? Of who's going to be involved in the cool cats, people that have been traded mid-season or during the season. The top 5 losers, Draymond, Marquise Chris, Tony Snell, Jamal Murray, and Jaylen Brown. Anyways, all right, I just wanted to look at that really quickly. All right, we're going to keep moving. Kieran Wall, I like this comparison. He could be another team's Marcus Smart. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to hit more questions in a little bit. I just want to finish we got 3 more games to roll through, and then we can move on. Hornets lost to the Lakers last night, probably because PJ didn't play. Because PJ is the glue guy to this, and without PJ Washington, what are the Hornets really even?
PJ Washington. PJ Washington. PJ Washington.
It doesn't matter. Morning or night, that beat slaps. All right, here we go. What else do we got? So the Lakers Hornets game last night, whatever. The only thing that stood out was banger season. The only thing that stood out was Kuz. Kuz had 24 and 4. And I believe his first moment just was minted. So we should be seeing that soon. No, deep threat. Come on. I would never forget. Also, John Weingart. Hey, thanks for holding my hand for the Nasir Little sale last night. Scoop that PJ just for you. Hell yeah, man. I like that people are doing that as if I help you out through a situation, they're the least I can do is get you a PJ Washington for yourself, not even for me. But yeah. The other thing I honestly am just talking about this game to give you Andre Drummond's stat line: 4 points and 12 rebounds. The savior, Andre Drummond, is here. 4 points and 12 rebounds against, who are their bigs? Cody Zeller and Bismack Biyombo? There we go. The difference maker, Andre Drummond. I'm sure I'll end up eating this in the playoffs, but all right, with 2 games left. We don't even have to talk too much about this, but Hawks beat the Raptors 108-103 while everyone, no Van Fleet, no Lowry for the Hawks. There was no Trae Young, no John Collins. A deep threat, 4 points, 12 boards, 9 toenails for Drummond. But it feels like we bring him up every time the Hawks play. And maybe because you like this dude so much, but also he keeps putting up numbers. So Bogdanovich, 23, 6 and 4 last night. Granted, he had more opportunity, more usage because Trae sat. But again, his first moment on the site, 33-45. It's out of $79. Feels too cheap. Feels too cheap for a first moment. And if you believe in the Hawks and Capella with another a big beef. Shout out No Dunks. 19 points, 21 boards. $7 for his 35K moment. First moment on the site's only $27. Capella, I don't know. He got traded by the Rockets, and everyone's like, I guess he doesn't have it. You can't play with that guy. Capella is really good. Capella's a good basketball player. And Siakam had 37 and 6. And I just want to see what's his hollow going for. 1,500, 1,555. But a lot of like his first moment sub 150, $11 for 15K, $7 for 35K. I don't know. And then last but not least, we got Clippers and Pacers. Paul George with Kawhi out is just buckets. 36, 8, and 7 last night. Joe Vues's Capella, a good swish guy, and then followed up with this is the Sunday swish show happening. It is. We haven't figured out when or entirely what it's going to look like, but we are going to do something with that this Sunday. Yeah, that's a lot of roast beef. But Paul George, man, big night. His first moment just feels underpriced. It's creeping back up to 298, but still sub 300 for Paul George, man. And I don't like Paul George. That's how well priced. I mean, underpriced I think this is because I really don't like Paul George. But anyways, Sabonis had another 20 and 13. And let's see what Mike did recently. Sabonis dunk. So I recently purchased it for 148, but he had 20 and 13 last night. Karis LeVert and Malcolm Brogdon, 26, 6, and 6 for LeVert and 29, 5, and 4. So man, like they're going to continue to put up stats. Who knows what the Pacers are going to do? Probably nothing this year. But yeah. Yeah. Kieran Wall says, if you look at PG's advanced stats, he's averaging a few career highs. No, he's shooting the lights out. Like Paul George is shooting the lights out. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I just don't like him. That's the problem. It's a personal problem. I really don't like it. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot. We had one more game. The Nets, I forgot because that game happened earlier. The Nets won 127 and 97. Durant in 27 minutes put up 31, 4, and 4. Wait, let's check in on Durant. How's Durant doing? Sliding into Rappaport's DMs lately. All right, $28 for his 35K moment. Seeing stars holding around 475. Man, this right here is first. I mean, technically, I guess it's not his first moment on the site because I run it back. But his first moment with the Nets out of 7,500 Series 2, 388. Just remembering what that was at. And it probably doesn't go back up to like 1,500 or whatever it was. But man, that feels cheap. And then also Anthony Edwards. If you just look at the box score, 27 points. And 8 for 22 shooting. 36%. So, I don't know. Do with that what you will. And then what else we got? Spencer Dinwiddie. Yeah, we can look at Spence. Saw somebody ask about Spencer. 170 for, yeah, I don't know. I mean, the thing I like about Spencer Dinwiddie is he's injured, right? So we're buying low on that. People forgot about him because he's injured. I like that. I think there's a lot of different teams he could play for, and I think he's really good. I don't know if he's going to stay with the Nets, though. So I kind of like the idea of, scooping and storing. Like, it's a long-term hold, though. Long-term hold. All right, that was the roundup. So I'll start hitting more questions. The one thing I wanted to talk about today, and I'm going to stop share screen for a sec. There was a lot of questions about cereals, right? And like how, I think we spend a lot of time when we're in the marketplace being like, okay, so the lowest ask for cereal number 1890 out of 2K is $100. But if I go down, if I spend 10 more bucks, I'll jump up 500 spots. Again, I don't feel confident being like, this is the strategy you need to imply. Like, this is what you need to do. But it depends like what series we're talking about. It depends what moment we're talking about. For me, it's all about like, I have a range of money that I'm willing to spend for that moment. So like yesterday, well, let's look up at the Sabonis. So I believe I got Actually, let's look at my Sabonis. Oh, I'm not sharing screen. Let's bring it up. Let's bring it up. So, oh yeah, don't forget, opened up a Clarkson, a Rozier, and an Oladipo. Very exciting. So I got his first moment, and I got serial number 2717. And I think I spent 145. I think the lowest ask was 140. I think I spent $5 more. But now let's go to the marketplace, and we'll use Sabonis as an example, or whatever. I want to use a series one. All right, Jalen Smith. We'll use Jalen Smith's rookie. So this is out of 4K, right? So let's look at the lowest ask. And so right off the bat, right, you see for $74, there's 4 listed. It's 3844, 3501, 3827, and then 2269. So obviously in this moment, I'm just going to get the lowest one, right? But But now as we scroll down, a little bit, say I'm like, okay, the lowest ask is 74. I'm willing to spend 85. Say I'm willing to spend 85. So now I'm going to keep scrolling. Do I think getting into 1500 is worth the extra buck? Maybe, but we'll go all the way down to 85. And I don't see any that get us under 1,000. So my headspace right now is the only real jump for me is if I get under 1,000. Some reason in my head, I think out of 4,000, if I get to triple digits, that's going to look nicer than a quadruple digit one. So that's kind of how I approach it. So I have a limit of what I'm willing to spend, and I have a target. So again, 4 digits is the best way to do it. Like if it's 4 digits, I try to get down to 3 digits if it's within my price range. And I think I'd probably do the same thing if it was 5 digits. Out of 15K, if I can get under 10K, cool. If I can get under 1K, really cool. But I think what we have to remember is there's so many different philosophies or mindsets when it comes to this. And I think for me personally, and I've said this on the show before and on other streams, excuse me, all I know is that serials 1 through 10, jersey number, and the last serial in the mint, those are the only ones that I know are worth a lot. After that, who knows? Like, who knows? Another example, right? Like I have the Marvin Bagley, which yay! I have the Marvin Bagley metallic gold, number 28 out of 299. So let's pull up Marvin Bagley. And here we go. Out of 299, the lowest ask is 438 right now. And I got this a while ago, and I got number 28, which is exciting. But let's just look at by lowest serial number. And this is what I mean, how like the lowest ones are worth a lot. And then after that, it's hard to tell. Oh, I did it again. You can tell I'm like switching screens. All right. So serial number lowest. So like number 6 is worth 2K. Number 10 is worth 3,500. Number 32 is worth 3,300. So like it makes no fucking sense. And I think that's what we have to keep reminding ourselves. I think part of it is because it's new, right? Like I have number 28, which is lower than 32. Does that mean it's worth 3K? No, because number 6 is says it's worth 2K. And like, who cares? So I think that's like what we have to keep reminding ourselves. It's like how new this is, right? And Deep Threat says, I'd say study the serial number valuations on live token or moment ranks. They seem to be making the market, whether you agree with them or not, which I don't. Yeah, that's true. That is true. But yeah, so I do think like, I mean, long term, I'm sure there's going to be some more emphasis on serial numbers and why that matters. Do I think spending an extra $10 to get a 33K moment versus a 35K moment matters? I don't know. If you ask Greg, he'll be like, well, if you actually take that 35K number that you have, 3 digits of those are part of his birth date, or 3 digits are an area code, and whatever. He'll tie those things together, and maybe that makes sense. So I think this means different things to different people. The thing, and this is what I'm kind of leaning with Dan. Serial numbers on rare, legendary, only one, jersey last. Like I think those matter more. I also think just top 10 in general. But I don't know. It's hard to know what everyone else feels. And the market is what this, like we as a collective, as a community decide what it's worth. So I know some people feel very strongly about it. And some people don't, but I don't think I think and there's smarter people that might disagree with me, but if you are spending a lot of time being like, oh, I don't know if I should spend $84 or $85, I don't think you should be beating yourself up over that. I don't think you need to. I think you set a limit of what you're willing to spend on that specific moment. And then if the lowest ask is lower than that, sure, scroll around. And if you're like, oh, I really like getting into 3 digits if it's out of 4. So like that 4,000 moment of Jalen Smith that we were looking at, if I can spend 20 more bucks and get into 3 digits, I feel like that just looks cooler. And so I would do that. But I do think it's like how you collect and what matters to you and what you believe in. Because I don't know. That's where I'm at. I hope that was helpful. But yeah, Sawyer's just like, I don't buy 4-digit serials anymore. And I get that, right? That's what I think. I think that's what makes Top Shot so interesting and kind of like a puzzle. And you might feel that way today, and then you might completely flip that. Like my strategy and how I've attacked Top Shot has changed weekly. It really has. There was a moment where anytime I got a series 2 moment from a pack, and this was before packs were like completely sold out, but anytime I got a series 2 moment, I was like, I'm flipping this and going back into series 1. And what happened was I flipped some LeBron James moments that are worth quite a bit of money for not as much as I could have. So now I'm thinking about it a little bit differently, where I'm trying to hold on stars. So I think like being open to change. I think as a community, we should go full screen for this. As a community, we need to be open to change. All right. But I do. Oh, whoa, look at that. We can get big face, small screen. Nobody wants that. This is what we want. But I think you need to be open to your strategy, adjusting and changing based on like market trends, based on your thoughts collecting. So yeah, I think that's where I'm at. I hope that was helpful to talk through it. And I mean, I don't know if that's, that might change as we continue to go. I might have a different take on this in like 2 days. So I also think there's times where we have a thought process because of a moment we have, and we have to think how that, like maybe you packed the number 70 out of 35K and then you're like, hey, actually 2 digits are worth a lot. And the reason you feel that way is because you have that moment. So I think we have to just keep in mind. I'm going to share a deep thread again. I personally feel like serial numbers shouldn't matter, but the majority of buyers and websites use a curve to value them. Yeah, I think that's true. I think there's like a small percentage that I'm like, holy crap, I bet. Here's another example. And I feel this way because I have this moment, right? So I get the Zion Rising Star reward. Shout out me. And I bag number 48. And so I'm like, holy shit, I got 48 out of 802. That's a 2-digit serial. Let's go. But like that only matters if everyone else think that matters, Like if no one else think that matters, then it doesn't, then who cares? It's worth the same amount as 801. So I guess it depends. But if we all collectively decide, hey, 2 digits are way better than 3 digits, then you know what? Send me a DM and I'll send it to you for $1 million. All right, deep breath. Whoa, we should talk about Cool Cat soon, but I'm going to share this question. Hey, Mike, greetings from Greece. I love Greece, by the way. I was there a couple years ago. We might go on our honeymoon there. It's very exciting. I don't know if you talked about this, but what is your opinion on the 15K LEs? It feels like those are super undervalued. We're looking at moments that are 35K that are only like $2 cheaper than the same play, like that Capella, right? Well, Capella might not be the best example. There was another. Let's look at Tatum, who also might not be a good example. Also, I haven't said this in like 20 minutes. As we go into this, if you haven't had a chance to smash that like, smash the like, get more people in here, subscribe, look at the show notes, follow us all on Twitter, do the thing. Tatum might not be the best example because he's good. But anyways, out of 35K, it's $10. 32K is 15K. I mean, $32 for 15K. It does feel like the 15Ks are a little bit cheaper than they should be, or they are priced appropriately and the 35K moments haven't gone down yet, which I think is something to think about. I am not going after 35K moments right now, unless it's a player that I really love. And I'm like that Dame. I bought a Dame 3-pointer with the cars in the background, just because I fucking love those cars. But in that moment, it's like, oh, I want that moment. That moment's cool to me. But I should say I got it in January, so I've had an opportunity to collect some stuff that I've been excited about. So for the 35K, it doesn't really excite me so much. But if I had just gotten in February after the market went bananas, I think there's a lot of value in, getting some 35K moments that are cheap to like flip them for a little bit more if this continues to grow. And then, then you can start moving into 15K and then into 7,500. So it does feel like those 15Ks, I'd be attacking 15Ks over 35Ks, I guess is my point. And I even think the 7,500s, there's a lot, like the Zion difference in price, and a Zion's more expensive, but the Zion difference in price here, right? His 35K is $37. Actually, I feel like his 15K is going up a little bit more. But if you're going to spend $37 on the 35K moment, I don't know. My brain is like, I need to come up with $63 more, and I need to get this one because there's half as many. And I think scarcity matters more than anything else. So I hope that was helpful. It might not have been. I hope that was helpful. Andrew Stewart says, I shot the 10K LE and 15K LE and aim for below 5K. There you go. See? That's a great point. I don't agree with some decisions in trend, but you have to accept the direction of the majority of users. Yeah, right. I mean, that was the funny thing. And when this was actually the reason this came to mind is when Plunge Father, and it was more than just Plunge Father, but I saw Plunge Father tweet it. So that was the first time it was brought to my attention. But the whole Durant listing it for 69,420. And I was kind of like that. I wouldn't say bummed me out, but I was like, oh, this is kind of weird that we're all of a sudden just being like, hey, everyone listed for 69,420, which nice, toke up. But it really was like shined a light on that for me. And I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Like if the majority of the people using Top Shot are like, nah, fuck it, Durant's 69,420 now, then that's what will happen. And so like, we really do control the market. So anyways, yeah. Whew, all right, we got to keep moving. I got too excited. Muted mic plus big face plus small screen equals comedy gold. Yeah, and see, this is what I love. Like, there's so many different takes on this where stories like, if you believe in NFT, serial numbers absolutely matter. Yeah, and for me personally, I do believe that with the scarcity of things. When we get out of 35K, like, I don't know if 33K matters. That's where I'm at. And that's what, Colin, great point. Be interesting to see if the mindset changes once 50K and if they go up to 75 or 100K become the norm in Top Shot years. Yeah. I'm curious. I'm curious to see how high they go on the serials. I remember at first we were like, oh, it's going to hit 100K. And now people have pumped the brakes on that. And it's like, it's only going to be 50K, but still 50K is much bigger than 35K. It's way bigger than 7,500. What math you're getting today. This is why you tune in for takes like that. If you guys didn't know this, like 50K is actually a lot bigger than 7,500. Anyways, all right, let's keep moving. Yeah, Jan Kirby. I feel so bad for that person. That wasn't one of those money laundering things. That sucks. That sucks for that person. I just added this stream. I don't even know what the top shotters are. Someone said I lost the moment now. Oh man. I mean the comment. I don't know what this means. What does this mean? Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know what it means, but thank you. Also, if there's a bunch of new people here, like the stream, subscribe, hang out, be friends. E Portsy says, until that Zion rising star is worth more than the Edwards, the market is wrong, period. I'll stack them until in that case. But dude, shout out. I love that. You don't. You can come here for Zion over Edwards takes all day, and I will share them no matter what. Oh man, the coffee's cold, so now we're like fighting a war to get that down. I feel like I got to get into Cool Cats soon, but I want to make sure. I went on a monologue and I got behind on the chat, and this is all about community. So we're trying to get the chat involved. So Dick Chuck says, I know you have mentioned it before, but why are Seeing Stars so cheap? Yeah, I don't know. I think the challenge is over. They released a rare all-star moment right after, but it is getting to the point where they're cheap enough where I kind of like scooping some of these because they're out of 10,000 and they are all-stars. The biggest thing for me on this, and would love to hear other people's perspectives, but if you think, like, do you think they're going to just do these moments every year? Like, are they going to do Seeing Stars every year? Because if that's the case, you're getting the first Seeing Stars. I like it. I like it. Dominic, does the moment matter to you over min count? For example, I decided to grab a Ja 15K over the 7,500K because I like the dunk more. Yes and no. I think yes. In that case, that's cool. I like that. I mean, that's how I feel about like if I'm going to get one of the LaMelos. Actually, I don't know if this is true. I keep going back and forth on this. Like, do I want to get? Well, let's just do a LaMelo check in general. $83 for that 35K moment. 1590. Wow. So the rising star is now officially more than the first moment. And see, this is interesting. And this isn't the best example because the more rare one is more expensive, and you're saying the opposite. But I think most of the time people value the first moment more than like a rare second moment. So this is kind of interesting to me. But to me, like I want this moment way more than the base moment because I just hate this assist. This is stupid. This is borderline an assist. Borderline. Again, if this game was in Charlotte, I'd understand that more because the box score guys are like, we're home. But yeah, I think this is a personal preference, but Dustin is huge on this. Like that he, you know, the moment matters way more. It was at a 420 shout out. I'm so far behind on the chat. So far behind, I apologize. Yeah, much rather have the Zion dunk versus layup. Yeah, the cool thing about Zion is you're just going to have so many opportunities to get sick moments because he's just got so many. He's got so many moments. Dan Deef says he bought the Seeing Stars yesterday. Yeah, I do think a lot of them. Bazooka Tom said, I just started buying stuff I liked last night and didn't care about the value. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of it, right? That's a lot of it. Sawyer Q says, imagine a Bitcoin morning marketplace circa 2010. The conversation and circumstances would be drastically different than what it is presently. Totally. I mean, right. That's what I mean. Like, I think that's what, like, our thoughts are going to continue to evolve on this. And again, you got to keep that open mind, I think, while you're collecting and being okay to take L's, man. I think that's the biggest thing too. Like sometimes, and that doesn't mean selling or maybe it does mean selling after you took an L, but like you might have a thought process. Again, me selling that LeBron, I sold that LeBron. Let's find it. And then it was a series 2, but it wasn't the 3-pointer. It was the dunk. So it was this one, I think, right? Is it an assist from Dennis Schroeder? Yeah. So I packed 2 of these and sold them for $200. So, right. Like it's an L but it helped me. It helped reframe my thought process of the marketplace. It's like, okay, so series 1 is more valuable than series 2. I still believe that, but maybe series 1 freaking Brandon Ingram isn't worth as much as series 2 LeBron. So I don't know. That's my thought. All right. What else we got? Well, we got to talk about Cool Cats, right? Did I not talk about Cool Cats yet? Let's see if I missed anything in the chat. That 35K LaMelo moment in his first NBA basket, I think is special. Yeah, I like that too. I like that moment. And yeah, if you haven't lost money on a Top Shot moment, you're not doing this right. Yeah. Agree. Dominic says, any chance we can expect a dip in Zion moments if he misses the playoffs? Yeah, I think so. I hope so. I hope we see a dip because I'm just going to keep snagging them. That's where I'm at. All right, let's talk about Cool Cats. Let's get to it. So I'm going to let's share the First Mint's Twitter because, you know, the First Mint is very good at what they do. There's probably another place to look this up, but this is where I go. Nothing like plugging other content while we're doing it. Okay, here we go. So the Cool Cats 4 challenge reward, Russell Westbrook. All right. Chris Paul, Drew Holiday, Christian Wood, Gordon Hayward, Bogdan Bogdanovic with 20,000 LE of each of these. So this is what I need to hear okay. So John Weingart said these are the 2 theories. So trades versus buzzer beaters. That's interesting, man. This is like such a fun and stupid part of Top Shot where a challenge gets listed or something like that. And then we immediately were like, actually, the Dame is 20. We need to make it 80 because that is going to be in the challenge. And we could just be very wrong about that. I love it. A lot of questions of like, is it worth it? Like, is Cool Cats still worth it? So I don't know. I mean, do you want to complete a challenge? If you like completing challenges, then yeah, I think it's worth it. I think if you are someone who have you completed the other Cool Cats? Like, yeah, boy. has completed the first 3 Cool Cats and has the Karl Anthony Cool Cat. So I need to keep completing this so I can get the LaMelo. We should actually, let's do a double check to see how many people are eligible for the LaMelo. So the Cool Cats Master, shout out OTM again. I'm going to use their content. So there's been 1697 completed so far. Wow, that's actually lower than I thought it was. I mean, yeah, I thought that was going to be closer to 2,000. So, wow, I wonder if we'll see that jump. But for me personally, I'm going after the LaMelo, so I need to complete that. You have to remember this time around though, there are 20,000 being limited right now, or the LEs. It's 20,000. So when we look at the other Cool Cats, right? You can't compare the prices from Cool Cats past, is what I'll say. So like the Sabonis is $24, it's out of 15K. We go to like Devin Booker still at 320, but that one's out of 5K. And you still, like, if you're trying to ape into the Cool Cats challenge, like the Master Challenge, you need to collect all those. So it makes sense that the 5K is a little bit more expensive. But we learned a lesson with Cool Cats too. We learned a lesson that you shouldn't be spending $700 for the reward on each moment, right? And that there's 20,000. There's so many of them. And we know, like, the Jokic, what's the Jokic worth right now? We see the AD reward from Cool Cats 2 is worth 203, and there's 7,000 of them. I think the Jokic is at like 150, something like that. Where's that pretty star? Oh, the Luka's at 2,100, which again, feeling like a big old dummy. The Jokic is 185. So you got to expect that if the Jokic out of 6,700, which was out of a 15K LE challenge, that this is probably going to be worth like 150, the reward, because there's going to be that much more. There are going to be more opportunity to complete it. This should be a cheaper challenge. So if you see these prices go, if you're asking me, is it worth it? If you see each moment worth more than $100 to complete it, no, I don't think it's worth it unless you just want to complete the challenge. Yeah. So Dan Deep, I remember I dropped a Julius Randle Cool Cat on someone for 1K when it dropped. Still feel bad for that person. Yeah. I mean, I did the same thing, dude. I bought, I guess mine was the Rising Stars, so I feel a little bit better about it, but bought like a hero that's 500, and I don't even want to check to see what that is right now. You think CC will be the common challenge, or will they create more common kind of challenge? I think we'll see more of those, right? That's what the Seeing Stars challenge was technically a common challenge. The Mike Conley was a common, right? So yeah, is Cool Cats worth it? Oh, man, I don't know. It depends. Do you really want to complete a challenge? If you do, yeah. If you're already in it for the Master Challenge, yeah, you got to complete it. You have to, because we need that LaMelo, baby. I will never look to see how much I've spent on the Cool Cats challenge, though. I'm telling you that right now. I think the biggest thing that I feel burned by on the Cool Cats challenge is just how long this has been taking. It kind of sucks that it's been taking this long. I'm ready for this to be over. I want to pack my LaMelo, and then I want to go home. I want to take a break from caring about Cool Cats. But I will say, for people who are a little bit newer and are excited to complete a challenge, I totally understand the hype behind it. And if you're like, these are good players, I think that's the thing that's exciting when we go back to the Twitter, right? Like, what's different for me, I mean, I don't want to slander some of the other guys, including my man, PJ Washington, but these are all great players. All right, I should slow down. These are all really good players. So you're going to get Gordon Hayward, Christian Wood. I love Christian Wood, Drew Holiday, Chris Paul. Like, I'd be excited to have those guys, and then to get a Russell Westbrook out of that. Say, like, I don't know, what are we going to, like, 10,000 people complete it? 9,000? I don't know. It's just nice. Frank Manor says, sneaky feeling the CC4 will ride the Conley challenge. 35K is selling for way more than they should. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's going to pump up. I think usually when you wait towards the end, though, they dip. So, and Stevan, this is a great point too. Like, I would feel this way if I didn't need all of the moments to complete the challenge. But a lot of times you can just go buy it on the market for cheaper than what it would be to buy all the other moments. That said, it feels different, right? Feels a little different than, like, if you're someone, again, who just wants to complete the thing. Jan Kirby. No, Davis for the win. Should I buy 100 Landry Schmitz? No. That is financial advice. No. Is LaMelo the next Cool Cat reward, or he's in the pack? So no, the LaMelo is the Master Challenge, right? So this has been the 4th round of Cool Cats. So they've done, the first round was for the Luka, The second round was for AD. Third round's for Jokic. They had a special Karl Anthony Towns Cool Cat that went out to like the OG. What's the cat? The Dapper Project. Somebody help me in the chat. There's that one. There's going to be another challenge, and then they're giving out, or not another challenge. There's going to be like 4 random other moments you're going to get. Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm doing such a shit job explaining this, Colin. Basically, you had to complete all of the other Cool Cat stuff, and then the reward for collecting all 29 Cool Cats, Crypto Kitties, thank you, for collecting all 29 Cool Cats is the LaMelo. And so, like, right now, you're seeing only 1,600 have completed it. I think that's going to go down a little bit. So, I don't know. Whew. Okay. What else did I miss? Every time I go on a monologue, I miss like 50 comments. All right. What else do we got? All right. Got him. Are 3-star rookie moments worth it? Is the rookie good? I don't know. That's kind of the hill I've been dying on. Like, I don't want to buy a 3-star rookie for a lot of money that's not good. But there are some good. Like, if you think they have upside and you're not, like, here's an example. I bought Isaiah Stewart from the Pistons. I think Isaiah Stewart has upside. I think he's going to be good. So I grabbed that. I think those 3-star rookies are worth it. But when you saw there's some like not very good rookies right now going for a lot of money, that it's like, I'm more comfortable with the prices of those 4K 3-star badges right now than I was 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago when the prices were a lot higher. Right now it feels a lot fair. Like the Onyeka Okongwu, which is going for like $80 or $90 right now. When that was going for like 300, I'm going to vomit. But this price is much better. John Weingart says, what theory do you lean towards on the Cool Cats Challenge? Man, I don't know. Whatever Deep Threat says. I trust the Deep Threat with my life. I don't know. I like the idea of them being traded. That one feels more fun, especially because that's what Chris Paul was traded, Drew Holiday was traded, Christian Wood was traded, Gordon Hayward was traded or signed a different team. Bogdan Bogdanovic signed with a different team. So maybe Christian Wood signed with a different team and didn't trade. Sorry about that. But yeah, I like that one a little bit more. Okay, here we go. We get a couple more good questions. I'm gonna rock for like 10 more minutes. Also, hey, let's double check this like stuff. We are not at 50%, and this is embarrassing. I've been doing monologues today, people. So do me a favor, like the stream, follow me on the twits, follow Top Shot Takes on the twits, do all those things. Let's get more people up in here. This is a morning party. The caffeine's hitting right now. That's what's happening. We're having a great time. All right. Can you check? Let's check out Poku. Gusharon, let's check out Poku. Let's see what's happening. Don't worry. I will absolutely share screen. I know people were getting nervous that we were going to have a moment together. So let's check out the pokes. Slenderman's baby or Slenderman's child. We need to get that. We need to get that popping. 227 for Poku. I don't know. How do we feel about that? Let's check evaluate market. I want to see how many are out. How many of these bad boys are out? 207 owners, 5% are owned. So 30, like this is the number, not in packs yet. 3,700. So this is what, yeah, you gotta pump the brakes. You gotta pump the brakes on buying the Pokus, in my opinion, because we're gonna see so many of these go out. That's like what we saw with the Nasir Little. We saw this with THT. There's only a few of them out there, and someone's like, yeah, I need that Poku. And so it's listed for way too much. So I would, this is another good example of the 4K rookie conversation. Anna, this feels too much for Poku. So I'm gonna chill. And I'm gonna wait for Poku later. Mike. On that Series 1 versus Series 2 talk, base Miles Bridges versus Zion 15K LE. Man, that Miles Bridges moment is nice too, right? That Series 1 Miles Bridges. All right, I will say there is safety in the Series 2 Zion, right? We know the Series 2 Zion is going to be nice. We know it's going to slowly make money, or we think it's going to slowly. Zion is a safe player. Miles Bridges is going to have monster dunks, while not probably being a superstar like Zion. Like Zion's going to win an MVP. Miles Bridges is not going to win an MVP, but that doesn't mean Miles Bridges isn't good. And I do like Series 1 more than Series 2. And this, dude, I wish this dunk was actually better. Yeah, that's pretty close to me. That's pretty close, Billy. It's a great question. That's a great question. I think Man. Ooh, I don't know. It's a great question. I think I lean Zion there, and I can't believe I'm saying it. It's probably wrong. Don't take that. Don't take that advice. I think I lean Zion just for the safety. Oh no, 15K. I don't know, man. It's close. Flip a coin. That's why you flip a coin. Chris Strand says Paul George just joined Top Shot, and I really want someone to gift him Tatum Series 1 moment, dropping him. Man, that's what Dunbar was hoping for. That was like one of his hot takes, is that we're going to see someone get crossed up or something like that, get dunked on, and people are just going to be moving that over. Max Strus. Yeah, let's check the Max Strus. Yeah, but this is the same thing, right? His moment just came out. $31. Man, God. That's a $4 moment. Can't Stop Colin, who I believe won a giveaway last night. Yeah, we haven't done one of these yet. I don't like doing a lot of these, but we'll do this. We'll do this for the minnow tank that we are. All right, 350. Let's sort by descending so we get the cool stuff up top. No. I don't know. Tyler Hero Series 1 got a couple rookie badges, but it's not his first moment. That kind of sticks out. Jesus, Karl Anthony Towns Metallic Gold Series 2. We just hate Karl Anthony Towns here. I mean, if you want a metallic gold, I do. Like, Karl Anthony Towns is really good and undervalued, so I like that. Jonas Valanciunas. Oh, see, his metallic gold is going for 340. That's interesting. James Wiseman Rising Star. I like this a lot, man. People hating on James Wiseman. I like that a lot. Although there's a lot of rare stuff up in here. I want to find something nice here. Anything else that sticks out? Harrison Barnes' first moment, metallic gold is 320. I don't know. Ooh, Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony's first moment. That's where I would go. That's where I would go. Can't Stop Calling. Can't stop the calling. Karen Wall says, I keep my eye on DeJounte Murray and John Collins' first moment, Series 1. What do you think? Yeah, I mean, I think I have one of each. I like both of those. I like both of those. Yeah, I like both of those moments. I like both of those players. They're both young, a lot of upside. I hate DeJounte Murray's moment, but I really like those guys. Deep Threat, great point. Who's Max Strus? Exactly. I think he's like the 14th man on the Heat right now. Ooh, Quickly is around 300. That's a good call. I didn't scroll down far enough. Quickly is another good buy. That's one of the 4K rookies that I actually like. Yeah, a lot of people are just saying, like, let's not overthink it. It's Zion. Shout out We the People for hanging out this morning. Yeah. What else we got? Oh, no. Did the stream stop? Are we having issues right now? Or is it just got him? Is it just got him? No, it didn't. I can see myself. Nice try, got him. Nice try. You did get me, though. Got him says you picked up the Quickly for 300. Wow, nice. Don't tell Dustin about Quickly. Shit. Yeah, that's the truth. That is the truth. I want to pull up the Rising Stars because I see I pay for my Wi-Fi. I'm good, Dominic. Let's see what the Rising Stars are looking like, and then we'll look at the All-Stars as well. Because what I liked about and I've said this over and over again, and again, this is probably me justifying my purchases, but what I liked about these are young stars, rookie moments that are cheap. And someone asked about the Campazzo earlier, right? This is a cool pass too, but this is Campazzo's first moment. Jamal Murray's out. The Nuggets are still going to have it's such a sick pass. They're still going to have a playoff run. I think the thing that sucks, man, I think if I thought the Nuggets still had a chance at going to the Western Conference Finals or the Finals, I would really like the Campazzo moment because I do think it would boost up a little bit. But I don't know. I don't know. I like picking up this moment. I just don't think we're going to get a jump in the playoffs for Campazzo. But I do like it. And I mean, like, again, Michael Porter Jr., young star, 219. James Wiseman. It's not his first moment, but 2 rookie badges for 343. Oh, man, what else? Denny, Lou Dort. Like, these are pretty cheap for young, really good players. Like, how is Brandon Clark less money than Michael Mulder? What are we doing? The Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Anyways, I like those. Let's look at the All-Star Game ones, too. Rare. There we go. What else we got in here? Yeah, these do, like, when they first came out, I was not interested, but it is getting to a point where there is some value in these, I think. Because again, they're all-stars. But and again, I think a lot of this banks on, like, do we think they continue to do these series like every single time? Do we think they continue to do them? Kim Basil looks like a fan of JJ Barea. Wow. What's your thought process on doubling down on a moment? Like stacking them a little bit? I mean, I've done this a couple of times when if I bought a moment, like Dustin's thinking about doing this right now, I believe. Like he bought quickly expensive and quickly came down, but like you believe in that moment and you believe in quickly. Yeah. I mean, I think if you believe in your thought process there and you're like, this is too cheap and this is going to go up, dude, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I don't hate that at all. Yeah, I like the Maxi. Dude, I'm with you on Maxi. I actually want to double check what my Tyrese Maxi is. I packed, that was like my first pack that I opened was a Maxi. And I was like, oh, cool. But yeah, 828 out of 4,000. I was like, hell yeah. See, that's an example of like, see, I like 3-digit serials more than 2-digit or 4-digit serials because I have one. Because I have run, you know? James Rabayan. Hey, I just started Top Shot, received my first pack, which was base set 26, but my objectives of opening first pack isn't checked off. Do you know what the problem is? Oh, with your baller status? Is that with your baller status? They seem to be behind on the baller status stuff. So I'd wait a little bit, and then if it doesn't get fixed, I'd just reach out to Top Shot. But like I know mine's had issues too. Oh, thanks, got him. I thought you were telling me I needed to get a haircut, and I was like, dude, I just got a haircut. But you have to go get a haircut. I hope you get a good haircut. Mike opened a maxi pack. Oh man. All right, what else do I miss? Hey, and this is another good point by Guttum. I know he just left, but about doubling down on a moment. So yeah, you can diversify too, especially in a market that involves athletes getting injured. That's absolutely true. Absolutely true. Yeah, I know Bazooka Tom says don't sleep on the Nuggets yet. They won a bunch of games without Jamal. I know. I'm just like, I'm bummed out. I love the Nuggets. I love Jamal Murray. I was so excited. Yeah. I'm with Deep Threat here. He said it would be nice if Top Shot told us what sets they plan on doing every year. It'd be nice for Top Shot to tell us anything important. Totally agree. I know it's funny. They are super transparent, and I applaud them for how much they engage with the community and like the amount of times they do office hours. They are very transparent, but there are some times where they're like transparent about what's happening tomorrow, but not 6 weeks from now and not what a year from now is. And possibly because they're still in beta, still figuring it out. But I'm with you. I'm with you. All right, here we go. Let me catch up on some chats. And then we got like 2 more minutes, I think. So get your last questions in. I'll answer. Remember, like we better be at 50%. Yeah, we're at 50%. Hell yeah, baby, liking that stream. But subscribe, join the Discord. If you look at the show notes, you're having a good time, join the Discord if you haven't. It's a lot of fun in there. Dick Chuck says, do unopened pack count towards the own moments on the OTM site you were looking at earlier? Ooh, good question. I don't know. We should check with Own the Moment. Follow them on Twitter if you're not. They might be watching right now. Who knows? Put a comment in there if you are. Stop and Pop says Rui Rising Stars is like 160 and he's extremely good for a young player. He has all the tools, great defender that is sneaky, improving. Yeah. Hey, I gotta say, I wouldn't say I was out on Rui, but I wasn't in on Rui. I was lukewarm on him. And he's looked awesome the last like month. So I think that's a good take. That is a good take. And that's also a reminder that you have to just like chill out on young players. Like if they're not an all-star in their first 6 weeks, that's okay. It might take some time. So Top Shot, I guess, said yesterday that it will retroactively give the baller status points. So those are coming. Are you doing the showcase challenge on Twitter? Beaks 4K. I am. I haven't tweeted mine out yet. But if you join the Discord, we have a whole showcase channel helping people get to 20 likes. After you get to 20, you're like on your own to blow up. But we're trying to share the love, making sure everybody gets $20. CJ Frank asking about Desmond Bane. Let's check in on Desmond Bane. I do like Desmond Bane as a rookie. I don't know like what his upside is, but man, he's only come in and done good things. I think I'm too high on the Grizzlies rookies just in general because I love I shouldn't say I love. Tillman and Bane, I think, are interesting players. I do think it makes sense that Bane's a little bit more expensive, but I do like them. God, yeah, I hope, dude, Keaton, I hope Jokic gets the MVP. I'm out of here. What's this rating from? I don't know. I must have missed what that is. Black Cat Card says, I think Donovan has a chance of breaking that next year. If they get to a Western Conference final, does he get closer to a Luka type player? I wouldn't give him Luka type player. I think what Luka does, I think Luka's like a top 5, top 3 player in the league right now. I do think Donovan is really, really good though. And I think he has a chance to be great. Donovan Mitchell, this isn't my take. I heard this on a podcast and I thought it was interesting that like when he gets in these moments where they're going like, it's almost like mano-a-mano against the team. And I think it was the Zach Lowe podcast. He was talking about the Jazz against the Nuggets last year in the bubble. There was the Jazz against the Suns recently when Donovan might go hero mode and he scores 50 points or something, but that's not how the Jazz win. The Jazz win by their like crazy ball movement and 3-point shooting efficiency and stuff. It was an interesting take on Donovan Mitchell. I think Donovan Mitchell has a crazy high ceiling though. I do. So I like this take. If you think the Jazz are going to make a run, I think you buy in on Donovan right now. Design Mind. Just looking for hot takes. Who's the most underrated player in the NBA? That's like not a big man, right? Is that what we should say? That's not a big man because all of mine are big men. Most underrated player in the NBA. I mean, I really want to say Sabonis because I don't think people appreciate Sabonis, but he also made the All-Star team. So I think the way people are treating Ja Morant, he's very underrated. I think everybody lost their mind and stopped with the Ja Morant love. But let's keep thinking. Let me keep thinking about that too, because I need to think about this more. Deep Threat says, who's your breakout player for next year, which is similar to underrated, I guess. Zach LaVine, man. Zach LaVine is just piling on points on a better team than he's normally playing on. I agree with that. Zach LaVine's a great candidate for breakout player of the year. I don't think this might be a homer pick, but I think what Jaylen Brown's been doing this year is pretty special, and I think it gets overlooked a little bit because Tatum's on the team. I know he made the All-Star team, but like Jaylen Brown is consistently putting up big numbers while also being a really good defender, and his playmaking's gotten a little bit better. His shooting's a little bit better. So I think I would go with Jaylen Brown. Man, Design Mind. This was such a good question. I can't think of somebody, and it's pissing me off that I can't think of somebody. Any Pacers player. Mike Conley. Actually, Mike Conley's a great answer to this, Paul. He's been playing really, really good this year. I like that. That's a really good call. Bam is a really good call too, Stan. That's a really, really good call. Brandon Ingram with the numbers he's been putting them up. Yeah, I like that. Man, I miss Jaren Jackson Jr. Bring him in. DeRozan, very disrespected. Look at this. You guys all have had Dame Dollar. I do think Dame Dollar's underrated. Zubats, Frank, I think whatever you're smoking, pass it around. Drew Holiday. Yeah, these are all really good answered. As a Filipino, I wasn't for the Jordan Clarkson slander from last night's stream. Yeah, hey, I'm sorry. I think I did go too hard. Sometimes I think I take a stand too hard. I'll PJ Washington. Also, Alexa, if you thank you that you love the videos. We like that. Oh, now Alexa, stop. See what you did there? If you look at our show notes in the YouTube, there's a link to the Discord down there, and you can just pop in. So I hope you find it. If you still can't find it, DM me. Ooh, De'Aaron Fox, really good call. If you make the All-Star team, are you really underrated? I think you can be. My bad. We all collectively had to do that together, right? Oh man. All right, y'all. Those are really good questions to end on. I think we're gonna bounce out of here. I just referenced the show notes, but if you haven't had a chance to follow me on Twitter, follow Top Shot Takes on Twitter. Yeah, I really did troll all of our devices. That's so funny. But make sure you do all those things. I'll be back again tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern. I don't know when the next live show the gang's doing, but it'll be soon probably to open up Dunbar's pack. But yeah, do all the things. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, hang out. MJ Flipper says, does Series 1 hold value if the player is a bust? I have Series 1 PJ Washington. I think LeBron Series 2 would be better. Okay, listen, guys. If we're comparing LeBron series 2 to PJ Washington. Yes, LeBron is the better buy. But I mean, I still like PJ Washington.
PJ Washington.